girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Just coming to talk to you guys super duper quick. I just got done watching Growing Up Hip Hop. It's literally maybe like 1 o'clock now, so that's why you see me, you know, robe down boots. We in the robe. Okay. Usually y'all know when I go out of town, it's harder for me to you know, do my uploads and stuff like that. So I just figured, okay, let me knock it out before I go to sleep because I'm waking up early in the morning. So yeah, I want to get into Growing Up Hip Hop. This episode kind of really was another filler, but there was still, you know, a couple of good moments, you know, little tidbits to talk about. It's not looking too good for TT and Sean. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not looking good for them at all. There's a lot of passive aggressiveness. There's a lot of, you can definitely tell, unresolved, you know, issues. As much as, you know, we all know about the rumors with Sean and the other ladies, it just kind of always seems like TT keeps them in the I'ma make sure you feel guilty space and uses that to her benefit in getting what she wants. And eventually that's gonna get old for Sean. I think that's why she's able to go so sideways with the wedding planning, because she's doing a little bit merch. She's doing too much with this wedding planning for this relationship to not work out anyways, because we all know it ain't. Unfortunately, TT, the writing's all on the wall and it's written all over his face. Sean is not feeling this. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the episode, you guys. If you're new to my channel, you know what to do. Subscribe, you know, become a member of the Juice Box crew. Everybody else, drop down in the comments. Tell me how you feel about the episode. And just kind of give me your thoughts on everything. Boy, I tell you, like, this robe has saved my life. I think the older, you know, when you get become an adult, you know, things like a robe, you start to realize are necessities. Robes, candles, air fresheners, like, you know, those things as an adult, you start to realize, oh, okay, this is where it's at. But yeah, no, okay, so let's go ahead and get into Growing Up Hip Hop. So we open up with TT and Sean. They basically are discussing, you know, wedding plans. TT's like, yeah, I went to go talk to Vanessa. He was like, I like Vanessa, but I don't like what she's doing to my pockets. I thought Sean was like in the medical CBD business or something like that. Am I not mistaken? Like, wasn't Sean in the weed business? Am I not tripping? I could have sworn that's what he did. He was like in CBD or something like that. That's why he traveled all the time to, like, you know, the farms or whatever. You know, like the weed farms and stuff like that. But nonetheless, TT basically tells him, oh, you know, she's thinking 150,000. And Sean is like, we're starting to kind of look like we're going away from what the purpose is, which is, you know, for everybody to come together for, you know, our union, you know, union and holy matrimony. But it's not looking like that. And so TT, of course, is joking, like, you know, you know, before, you know, should have been pushing for, you know, it's all about love. Let's just go to the courthouse and, you know, let's get married. But he didn't. And now TT's using that to her advantage. This is stupid. $150,000. I will never understand spending that much on a wedding. I just, especially with the life that y'all are living, like $150,000, like, it'd be different if you was, you know, tricking if you got it, but you asking, but you not. So why spend $150,000 on a wedding, first of all, and y'all live in the house that y'all live in? I mean, I'm not trying to shade y'all, but at the end of the day, y'all house look at like a good 2,500 square feet. Like, you're starting a family. Like, you know, you would think, let's put that money into a home. But no, she's like, it's the flowers. You know, flowers are expensive. And they are. So how about not make as many flower arrangements? Like, TT very much is going overboard and putting herself into the wedding planning to, one, distract her from this sham of a relationship. It's definitely going downhill and seems to be fast. And I think she's like, basically like, she wants the wedding. A lot of times for women, it's, I want to get married, and they will go through with the wedding just to have the moment, just, you know, have the pictures, and like they want a wedding. And that's kind of what it's seeming like with TT. So then he brings up, of course, the guest list. He's like, you know, it's like 1 to 4 of like people who are actually there for me. And she's like, your mom's brothers and sisters, like, they were all invited. He's like, literally, but like only 4 of my friends, are there. And she was just kind of like flippant about it. And I'm kind of like, TT, this is a dangerous game you playing. This is a dangerous game you playing. You can see she absolutely is pushing him away. And she does the punishing thing for him. And eventually, like, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. That's all I can say. Of course, he asked about the cousins. He's like, look, this is, time we decide, are we inviting your cousins or not? She keeps trying to say, I'm done with it. I didn't, I'm not worried about it. Like, it is what it is. Truth be told, TT, Peppa, and Egypt's relationship, to me, is more fault on their side. Yes, TT might have said, you were paying his child support for him. Sam doesn't have that much money in his bank account. And she can apologize for that, and I think she did. But at the end of the day, what she said was facts. Like, she didn't lie. Like, did she lie or did she lie? No, she didn't. But y'all, on the other hand, Peppa and Sam really tried to put it out there that she was hitting on him, that she walked out of the shower and just was, just talking about, like titties, like, come on now, like, come on. And then for Egypt to keep going at her and not even truly believe it, like, it was just a whole mess. Yeah, if I was TT, I definitely would just, they are going to regret, though, not fixing this, because there is a baby involved, and at the end of the day, that's, gonna be great auntie, Pepper or whatever. Like Tyran said, COVID just showed, like, look, they could die tomorrow, and this stuff is gonna be real stupid, what y'all are fighting about. But I didn't spend too long on them. Let's move on. So speaking of Egypt, she gets in the car with her dad, Tretch. He has basically signed her up with a lot of, like, networking. He's like, look, I've been in the game a long time. I want, Egypt to start going out there on her own. And, Sam, sometimes, the way he put it was hella shady. Talking about, sometimes, God puts you in the positions, for you to just, maybe God had, what did he say? He was like, the alignment, maybe God has just finally put in things alignment for Egypt to go out on her own. I was kind of like, is that shade, Tretch? Is that shade? Because it's sounded like a little bit of shade. Sam gonna get that ass locked up, period. But what is Egypt going to do with that? And you can definitely tell, to me, I feel like from the beginning, Tretch was not the biggest fan of Sam, but he knows if I push more no, then she's gonna go more yes, especially the more that she already is. And so I think this was a gotta let her bump her head moment. But now Egypt, she done fell out the tree and hit every branch on the way down, and still trying to climb that motherfucker. Okay, so I think Sam getting arrested was a blessing in disguise, but on his own doing. Sam like to talk shit, and the thing is, talk shit get hit. But she goes up there to the networking execs. He represented people like Seven Streeter, Blueface, Brandy. So got a little resume, and they ask her about what she's doing, and she's like, well, of course I'm doing music, and I got a new song coming out. I just dropped it. And they were like, so you just dropped it? And she was like, yeah. And they were like, well, that's kind of like bad. Like, that's bad marketing. Like, everybody knows when you do a song drop, a video drop, people are typically teasing that, months before, or, you don't just drop a song and then 3 days later, you're like tease a song and then 3 days later drop it. Like, it's typically weeks before. And you could tell, does take a lot of the lead from Sam, but Sam don't know what he doing, girl, because Sam ain't nowhere in his career. So how's he gonna help you with yours? You literally have the industry at your disposal. Like the people said, you are a daughter of royalty, but now you gotta build your own legacy. Yeah, maybe Peppa and Tretch will get you through the door, But to stay in the room, that's gonna all be on account of, Egypt. That's all on account of you. So she's like, I got this song, I'm super excited about it, let it play. I'm thinking I'm gonna see something, real FKA Twigs, eclectic bass. And she went, she took the easy route. And I'm sure that was hella awkward for Tretch to sit there and be in the room and hear your daughter talking about shaking ass, choking, choking on something, and choking, stroking, hopping on it and doing a full split. I'm sure Tretch was very awkward in that moment. That's very awkward. I know when you are a parent of a child that's in the industry, there are, some what's the word? Some proclivities or whatever, some things that you're going to have to understand. Like, my child is growing up. They're of age. They're going to be talking about sex. But it's always a different level of talking about sex, like maybe like Janet Jackson, anytime, any place, don't go. Y'all, that's my song. I forgot how much I love that song. I watched that Janet documentary. I forgot how much I love that song. But yeah, it's more subdued. But she went the whole city girls. Okay, she went city girls out. Talking about choking and stroking and something. She was twerking it, and I was just like, you really just disappointed me. She really did. Bad. And so basically Tretch is like, look, I'm giving you the go. This is me giving you that push, and you need to do something with it. And so she's basically learning, like, I got to get more out there. I got to be more for myself. And as much as Sam, they get like, oh, even though we do stuff together, it's me. It's about me. And it's like, but it's really not. Because every time it's been about you, Sam has always, we saw what happened when you tried to perform on stage. We remember that episode. Do this. And everybody's like, nigga, shut up and let her do it. Like, and he all on stage, sound check. And it was like, bruh, back. So moving on, there was a scene where Eazy-E and Lazy Bone, they go to his dad's grave site. Eazy-E's annoyed with his sisters doing this, Eazy-E little episode. I remember it being on WeTV. Y'all remember the other daughter, the one that's kind of like excluded on her own island from the rest of the family? Her and her mama were going around trying to figure out, like, the conspiracy theories of, the father's death. And it's kind of like, y'all gotta let it go. First of all, y'all done enough of the Eazy-E conspiracy documentaries. Like, it's enough. Then they got AIDS and died. He was a leader of NWA. We would all know he was obviously going around fucking these hoes raw. So ain't nothing other than that. Like, that's how I feel. Like, what are you looking for? And then if you find it, then what? Like, then what? Like, what is she supposed to do with that? Like, it's just so confusing. So Lazy Bone ended up doing the documentary for the sisters, but he didn't know that Eazy and the daughters, and the sisters weren't that cool. Y'all, Lazy Bone, he growing on me. I was like, but it's the accent, it's the swagger, it's the, tall lankiness, because, the tall lankiness, what's in proximity, long and skinny everywhere, you know what I mean? So yeah, Lazy Bone, he just talking about, his memories with Eazy and how Bone Thugs and Harmony basically got their start with, because of NWA, in particular Eazy-E. So he's always gonna be there for the family. Nothing new. But Lazy Bone definitely, he walks in the room with BBE, period. Here's a question down in the comments. You let Lazy Bone hit or not? That's the question. You walk in the room, Lazy Bone come, tap you on the shoulder. You going back there or not? That's the question. So moving on. Creed. There was this moment where Vanessa was talking to Niece and basically was like, we want to plan this, party, but I don't know what to do. So of course, Tanice suggests Cree, but it's awkward because her and TT got into it last time they were, with each other. But Cree ultimately decided she was gonna help. She doesn't want this thing to carry on out. So she meets at like the sex store, whatever, with Vanessa, Twist, JoJo, and her. And they're and when Twist sees Cree, he was like, hold the fuck up. Like, you messed my party up. And then, you saw what your friend did. She fucked my shit up. Like, she messed up my party. She of course was like, as an adult, I want to take responsibility for my part. I want to, I did that. So he was like, okay, we cool. But Savannah needs all types of psychological help. She needs some therapy. Her dad effed her up. Sorry, Stevie J, you did. And she needs to handle those issues. But we're not gonna keep doing this little dance with Cree and Savannah. We not. I'm not gonna keep messing with you hoes all season because y'all run my blood pressure up. With this fake, I want to be an adult thing. I'm gonna act like adult. I'm gonna take accountability, but then you like backtrack and you backpedal and put spot like on the apology. I did this, but that's not an apology. She did it with TT at the end of the episode. We gonna get to it. But nonetheless, they were just talking about everything, the strippers, all I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe type situation. But yeah, that was it. So Egypt takes Sam to the beach. She wants to help him forget about everything. You can tell Sam is depressed. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. This is the one time I'm gonna give this to them. Okay? The one time I'm gonna give this to them. For a split second, I saw what it was between them as far as relationship wise that works. They do have the ability to talk very candidly with each other. Sam is very open about more open with himself with Egypt. But that does not negate the fact that this is not a beneficial relationship for Egypt because you can tell she's addicted to trying to help fix Sam. You can't fix him, boo-boo. Your love is not going to fix him. Your hard on work and trying to do stuff with Sam is not going to help him. He has to do that shit on his own. You can see because she's always talking about like the light. The darkness is always trying to cover the light, and people who are the light are attracted to the dark. You try to help fix those people, and then you realize you can't. And I need Egypt to realize that sooner than later. But of course, they're talking about, how can we talk about kids and married and all this type of stuff, and I might be going to jail. Then you talking about, my kids will be 18. My daughter will be 20. I'm like, Egypt old. I mean, Sam old. I didn't know he was all the way up there like that. And then I guess he had his kids like hella young. So, I mean, I was just kind of like, whoa. But yeah, he don't want to get married until he gets out. And I was like, you agree with that? Like, don't sign no shit on paper with that nigga in jail, okay? We know she gonna put money in his books. We know how this is gonna go. But the thing is, like, Egypt, are you really about to, if he go to jail, like, are you really gonna hold your life, like, put your life on hold, for this nigga? You're not gonna go out there and so your lady wild. You really not gonna do that? I mean, you can go out here and be like Monica. Like, Monica was see murder. Like, she still show that nigga love, but best believe she's still out here doing her. Take notes, okay? But of course, he's like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to, appreciate what I got right now. He's like, I just want to let you know I love you. But for a split second, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. The relationship between them. But overall, boo-boo. Egypt, hop off the train ride. This train stop is where you get the fuck off with Sam, okay? So, what else happened? Okay, so it's the party time. So everybody is, getting together. It's supposed to be a surprise. They're saying it's JoJo's birthday. And Cree and TT see each other. And of course, it's awkward as fuck. And so JoJo hops out the car and was like, Sean, let's go with me. TT, you gonna go with the girls. And so they didn't tell nobody. So of course, people start putting two to two together. But Cree was like, I want to talk to you. Like, but I feel like Cree thought if I throw this party, she's basically gonna forgive me for what she'll just glaze over what I did. And at the end of the day, Cree, like, you keep trying to, you came after my business. She never said anything bad about your business though. Like, it's so freaking annoying because you really are trying to make it a thing, so you try to like glaze over on how you reacted. You're trying to make her guilty of something so you don't feel like a dumbass for the way that you basically popped off, because everybody been getting increased behind. Everybody's been getting increased ass, and so she keeps looking for somebody else to point at, like, you did this, and then when you look at what she's saying they did, it's like, well, Creed, no, like, you kind of was out of line, just like with the Sequoia situation. And so T's like, well, girl, you did come for New York. I didn't come for you, girl. You came for TT. Like, let's stop playing. You came for TT. And she was like, you had every ample time to, you know, straighten up stuff in your little TT talks or whatever, your little TT corner. And it's like, for what though? Like she said, like, that wasn't me saying that. That was the people, like, on Twitter. You know, that wasn't me. Like, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. And so Creed definitely is holding her to this unrealistic standard, and Bree's not here for it. Bree high as fuck, she hungry, bitches get in the car. She's like, I don't have to get in the car. Brianna, girl, you are so pretty, but I need you to quit wearing hoodies and tights when you show up to these scenes. Like, girl, give me a little something, a little something. Like, hell, a pair of good, you know, high-waisted jeans and a boot for change. So yeah, they end up, of course, going to you know, the hotel. Women go in one room, boys go in another. And of course, we know what it is. It's kind of awkward though, because Creed decides, you know what, I'm not gonna go. I'm just gonna let them get to the location. You know, it's just awkward right now. So the producer's like, are we at least gonna do the party? Like, what we gonna do? And so she's, of course, assisting the strippers. TT is kind of trying to have fun because she's like, shit, I got a baby off for one night. Like, we doing something. But overall, it's hella awkward. The little Latina ex strippers come in. Y'all need to find better strippers. If y'all gonna get male strippers, then, like, I need them to be able to have a little more roll, a little more kiki in the hips, okay? They was giving real like this. You know, they was giving more real like this, and I needed more, you know, a little more of this, you know. They was kind of giving real, just like bounce like this. I'm like, get them out my face. So of course, for the boys, ass come in, and you know, ass is what they want. Easy, he told, you know, me and my wife, we gotta understand it. Of course, we know that you done been cheating on your girl. She will keep taking you back because right now you got that marijuana money, and we know that shit is long. That marijuana money is where it's at. She not going nowhere. So it's kind of like a look but don't touch situation. I'm one of those women, like, I don't care that you go to a strip club. I don't care that you smack a stripper's ass. Like, that don't bother me. Like, I would be one of those women, like, okay, cool, have fun with your guys. Just don't get disrespectful, because, bitch, I'm going to get disrespectful back. You know? Just don't do things to me that you want me doing to you. That's how it go. But Sean, he basically run and hide. He runs and ducks for cover. And so the girls actually end up eventually coming to the room, and the energy's off. And Sean's like, you know, I just don't feel good. You know, I don't want to be here. So TT's like, I'm glad he's scared, because, you know, and it's kind of like, what? Like, you running your relationship based on, like, fear and guilting him? TT, that's not going to make, y'all not going to last long. So even the strippers and everybody just kind of like, well, this was a dud. But Twist made me laugh, of course. He was like, I got a girl. And so you're not for the nudist society? He was like, well, you know what? I guess I can stay. But Twist is so funny. Everybody's looking at Sean like, bruh, we get it, you know, the cheating rumors, but, like, live a little. You gonna be okay? But no, he wasn't. He was just kind of like, I don't want these problems. You know, when me and TT go out, like, that's where we live. You know, we live in our bubble. You know, the quarantine was the best thing that happened to our relationship. I'm sorry, if the cameras wasn't there, Sean was smacking ass. Period. If the cameras was not there, we would be having a different story. The end. So they end up leaving. Everybody's kind of look like, well. Well, okay. And so that's where the episode ended. But you guys, it's time for me to roll out. It's, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tell me what you feel about the episode. How you feel about Sam in Egypt. How you feel about TT and Sean's relationship. Make sure to follow my Instagram and Twitter. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.